Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
hope I hope I can
Yeah,
improve
just
someday.
if everyone else gets better, you get better too over time.
Yeah.
Playing faster, that's what you want. Because right now, like the way that we're playing is still not, let's say, fast enough. You know?
Right. You won't get the full potential until you go offline.
Yeah. Starting to sound like the girl now. Like I can't test off my 100%.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding.
You're holding back right now.
I'm only at 50%.
It's good when you have 3 people like in the room
Yeah.
because like it can give you like a little break, to go grab some water or use the bathroom real quick.
Yep. Grab a bite of sushi.
Yeah, or a 4-man room, like it's once you add like 6, it becomes a long wait.
Ooh, go on. What's that combo? Yeah, sure. Oh, shoot. Okay.
You ever had that problem like if you put the stick on your lap, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like for me, I feel like I end up like moving it too much, and then I can't pull out certain moves, and then I realize like my stick is like at an angle. I don't know how to explain it, but there's like certain moves I can't pull it out, and then when I look down, I was like, damn, I was I'm hitting the move at the wrong angle.
I tried to drink still.
You gotta train with the goat pawn. The goat pawn is a legend. Nala has like the funniest emojis. Some of these are exclusive, like that. Let me see, what is this one? That Rudolph one. It's an exclusive emote.
Right from the get-go.
This is your stage right here.
2023 was an enormous year for Nintendo, with a record-breaking blockbuster movie, a theme park opening, and a pair of Game of the Year nominees in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The question now is simple: how will Nintendo follow it up in 2024?
Okay, let's go!
Nintendo is notorious for keeping its plans very quiet until the time is right, so it's tough to project exactly what it will do over the span of an entire year. We didn't know about either Super Mario Bros. Wonder or the Super Mario RPG remake until June of last year, and both of those games have already hit store shelves. Still, we already know a fair amount about Nintendo Switch's release calendar for the first half of the year, and we have a good idea about what to expect in the second half of 2024. And of course, we'll address the elephant Mario in the room: will Nintendo reveal new hardware next year? And if so, when will it launch? Here's what to expect from Nintendo in 2024.
So this is Lake Juliet, huh?
Throughout 2023, Nintendo published around one Switch game a month, and it's on track to do the same through the first quarter of 2024. We already have dates for games coming in January, February, and March, with a few undated games coming later down the line. Another code Recollection is Nintendo's January game. Coming on January 19th, this is a full remake of Nintendo DS adventure game Trace Memory and its sequel. Another power of Journey into Lost Memories, which never saw a North American release. It's a super cool remake of a niche game I figured had been lost to time, and I never expected to see this move from Nintendo. If you're into games like Ace Attorney, Professor Layton, or Hotel Dusk, this is one to keep an eye on.
Can you see me?
Nintendo is doubling down on Mario games following the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. We got 3 Mario Universe games in the final few months of 2023, with 4 more on the books for next year. Game Boy Advance remake Mario vs. Donkey Kong is the first Mario game coming in 2024, scheduled for February 16th. This updated version adds 2-player co-op into the mix, with player 2 taking control of Toad. The new visuals are nice, and multiplayer is a welcome addition, but with the original game's runtime clocking in at just 5 hours, it remains to be seen if and how this puzzle platforming remake will justify its price tag. March will see the launch of Princess Peach Showtime, which is currently the only brand new game on Nintendo's announced 2024 slate. Princess Peach Showtime has the potential to be one of the highlights of Nintendo's 2024. Peach is long overdue for another shot at her own game, and the costume transformations, gorgeous visuals, and charming gameplay we've caught glimpses of so far mean this is one to look out for. We also know an HD remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2, formerly known as Dark Moon in North America, is coming sometime in the summer, with a remake of GameCube classic Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door sometime in 2024. We're also expecting the Splatoon 3 Side Order DLC in the spring, which includes an additional single-player campaign that appears to contain some roguelite elements. 2024 will also see the continued slow trickle of amiibo releases as the Noah and Neo Xenoblade Chronicles 3 2-pack launches in January, and the Sora amiibo finally launches on February 16th, marking the end of the Super Smash Bros. Amiibo line that began a decade ago. One thing that software lineup definitely screams is that Nintendo is winding down support for Switch. Of the 5 retail games we know about, 4 of them are remakes, which feels like a very telling sign of a console on its way out the door. I'm extremely confident Nintendo will talk about its next-gen console in 2024. The next-gen Nintendo rumor mill really ramped up in 2023, and despite Nintendo claiming otherwise, it seems like some third-party developers have already been briefed on the Switch successor, which means it's only a matter of time until we hear something. A report from VGC claims Nintendo is planning for a second half of 2024 release window to ensure proper stock, and we're also seeing new hardware bundles for both Switch Lite and Switch OLED, which could mean Nintendo is clearing out old hardware inventory to make room for the new. Trying to know when we'll hear about new hardware is a much tougher discussion. The Switch is still selling a lot, which is incredible for a console nearing its 7th birthday, and I could see Nintendo choosing to ride out the sales momentum for even longer. I think it's entirely possible we're already experiencing something along those lines. Maybe Nintendo was planning a spring 2024 hardware launch, but ongoing sales success forced it to instead roll out a series of quick turnaround ports and remakes to keep Switch alive for just a few more months. The way I break it down, there are 3 main possibilities. 1. Announce new hardware in January or February for a spring release. 2. Reveal new hardware in the summer for a fall release. Or 3. Tease new hardware in the fall for an early 2025 release. My gut tells me that option 2 is the most likely, thanks to what we know so far. First, the packed-out release schedule through March signals that we're not getting new hardware this spring. Princess Peach Showtime seems like a tentpole release for Nintendo's year, and I highly doubt they'd send it out to die just a few weeks before new hardware steals the spotlight. Secondly, ahead of Splatoon 3's launch in September,
Round 1. Ready, go! Ring out! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
September of 2022, Nintendo revealed it would get 2 years of support via free updates. This means support is scheduled to end in September 2024, wrapping up the
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
ongoing DLC commitment Nintendo has on Switch. We just saw the final wave of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. Smash DLC has been done for a while, and it makes sense that Nintendo would close out Splatoon 3 content updates just ahead of its new console, clearing the slate for whatever new ongoing software it plans to launch on the new hardware. If I had to guess right now, I'd put my money on late October or November for a Nintendo console launch. If new hardware does launch in 2024, I feel pretty confident that a new 3D Mario will also launch next year, as that feels like the best bet for a killer app to launch alongside the machine. Super Mario Odyssey was released over 6 years ago at this point, and while Bowser's Fury was a delightful bite-sized 3D Mario game, I think it's time for the next full-scale Mario sandbox. I also think Nintendo could announce Mario Kart 9 next year, and launch it as the big holiday game in 2025. Overall, the Booster Course Pass DLC content felt like a placeholder to tide us over until something bigger, and I'm willing to bet Mario Kart 9 is somewhere close to completion. I'm also hoping to get an F-Zero GX HD remake to show off the power of the next console at launch, but that's almost certainly just wishful thinking from a starving F-Zero fan. Things will become a lot clearer just a few weeks into the new year. Nintendo almost always hosts a Direct in February, and I don't see that cadence changing. If the February Direct is mostly about updates to games we already know about, and maybe a couple more ports and remakes tossed in, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess anyone? It will further increase my faith in a 2024 hardware launch. But if Nintendo shares news on original, unannounced, bombshell first-party games for later in the year, it could indicate it's going to squeeze even more juice out of Switch. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to publish a Nintendo predictions piece without at least mentioning Metroid Prime 4. January will mark 5 years since Nintendo revealed Retro Studios was restarting development on the long-awaited sequel. While it's not uncommon for AAA games to take more than 5 years to make, I'd be genuinely surprised if we went another whole year with complete radio silence regarding Prime 4. I'm not saying Prime 4 is a lock to launch this year, but I definitely think it'll show up in a Nintendo presentation at some point. My best guess is that Prime 4 will come out during the next console's first full year, with a cross-generation release on Nintendo Switch, just like we saw with Twilight Princess on GameCube and Wii, as well as Breath of the Wild on Wii U and Switch. Nintendo will honor its commitment to put Metroid Prime 4 out on Switch, while also launching a next-gen version for early adopters. That's the best-case scenario for Metroid fans. If you want Prime 4 to succeed sales-wise, you should want the 100 million plus Switch owners to have access to it, even if that means the game doesn't take full advantage of Nintendo's next machine.
I am a child of war. I was taught that love is weakness. I've been an outlaw ever since.
Your people need you. Rebel Moon Part 1, Child of Fire, only on Netflix.
Hi.
As I wrote earlier this year, Nintendo is a full-blown entertainment company now, and I expect to hear more about those ventures as we move into 2024.
This is fun!
We already know Universal Studios Japan will open a Donkey Kong Country expansion to Super Nintendo World in the spring, and that construction on the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto will be finished by March. Maybe it's time to book a plane ticket to Japan. Anyways, I think Nintendo and Illumination will waste no time in announcing their next partnership. While the end of the Super Mario Bros. Movie teased the inclusion of a certain dinosaur friend, and a second Mario movie is unquestionably a matter of when rather than if, I feel the next collaboration between Nintendo and Illumination will be a Donkey Kong movie. Donkey Kong is the star of Super Nintendo World's first theme park expansion, meaning a Donkey Kong movie with Seth Rogen reprising his role just makes too much sense not to happen. So if Donkey Kong gets his own theme park and possibly his own major motion picture, what's missing? How about a game? I know Mario vs. Donkey Kong is on the way, but that's more of a Mario game than a Donkey Kong game. We haven't seen a brand new Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze launched a decade ago. It's time for a new Donkey Kong platformer, and I'd love for the franchise to take another crack at 3D, but maybe with fewer collectible bananas this time. Regardless of quality, the Pokemon franchise runs like clockwork. Pokemon hasn't skipped a year since 2015, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon, thanks to the massive sales the series brings in every single time.
All the good
2023's
put together
Pokemon...
all the scenes. So this is just a private document. I never released this anywhere. Maybe one day I will. Right now it's just a bunch of notes, like it's just got an outline. For me to put like actual instructions and stuff. I've talked about it in the past, so maybe I'll do it. I feel like it wouldn't take more than a few hours now that I think about it to put a written guide together. I don't think it would be that hard. Okay, so we got Deline. We'll go talk to Joshan and our crew. Lightwingdragon, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Sorry guys, I'm just getting my snacks out of the oven here. Izumi, it was side reaper, kick, and elbow assault. So I have a similar tactic to you, Samson. I don't use a side reaper kick. I just back up and then I elbow assault inward, and I back up and I elbow assault inward, and it's a cheap tactic, but it seems to get the job done. I should do a speed run sometime. Would be good to have a run with great fights on the board. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? PSC Love Me would be good to have a run with great fights. You mean like instead of losing the fights? I'm doing well, Lightwing. It's good to have you, man. How are things over there in the UK? All right, we want to go to this guy over here. You know, I just realized I've not been faithfully paying the come over guest house guy, so let me go find him and make sure he gets paid. You have to back up constantly with Izumi. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, she'll still trigger the sequence. So then to get the sequence, like I actually shift my left hand over to the right side of the controller. Everybody that runs is kind of trash at fighting. People focus on the rest of the run. Oh, I see what you're saying. The thing is, I'm not a good fighter though. Shenmue fighter, PS You Love Me. I'm like a regular. I don't think I'm all that good when it comes to Shenmue fighting. So. I don't think you'd get out of that what you're hoping to get out of it. You know who you need in there, PSC Love Me. You seen this guy Richard Payne on YouTube? The guy who does like infinite combos of Chai and Pedro and all these guys. That guy's a fighter. How was my Christmas with Hozomi? Where did I spend my Christmas? I didn't even see my wife on Christmas. She was neither my wife nor I are Christian. We're Indian, as I think would. Sorry, I saw your message there, PSC Love Me. Richard Payne is cracked to set an impossible world record. He's out of control, man. Did I see Hozomi? I don't even think I saw Hozomi hoeing around in the park. Excuse me. For those who didn't know, by the way, you can say goodbye to these henchmen, and Rio will actually give them farewell. Yeah, neither my wife nor I are Christian. We don't celebrate Christmas. But my wife's older sister, who's 40 years old, seems to believe that the family needs to get together every year and exchange gifts.
Yeah,
now, I was under the impression, and for those of you who
hands-free.
celebrate Christmas, tell me if I'm just totally wrong here. But I was under the impression that doing the gift-giving thing was mostly for kids.
Technical
I didn't
difficulties.
think that
I
was an
thought
adult
this
thing.
would be resolved,
So I don't
but
see
I
why
guess
like
not.
a fucking 40-year-old is
Yeah,
forcing a family together.
because right
like
now
forcing
I have
everybody to
it
give
on
gifts to each other.
headset
That
on
seems like a weird thing.
the hands-free AG audio, which is usually the
And I
one
asked this in
that
a couple other people's
is
streams recently because I was curious. It's a genuine curiosity,
that
right?
should
If I'm wrong, tell me I'm
happen.
wrong.
So
Okay?
I don't
But I
really
asked this on a couple other
understand,
streams, and on one
and
stream,
it's also coming
on Mr. Cool
from
Everything stream, everybody said
this
unanimously
too,
that's definitely a kid's thing.
which I'm
Your
just like,
sister-in-law's the same.
why?
Alright? And
Why is this
then I
happening
went to
all of a
Space
sudden?
Jump's stream, and everybody in her stream said, no,
We might.
adults definitely do the gift-giving thing. So I
It
heard
seems
Samson
to.
gift giving only in the
You
workplace
see,
or
I'm
amongst
gonna
kids.
try it
So that's
again.
interesting. I have yet to see anybody say that it is something that you do in the workplace.
What happened?
I never got or received gifts in the workplace. That's an interesting point you bring up.
It's just. It is obviously sometimes, most of the times.
I don't ever remember doing gifts in the workplace.
I think it just, for some reason, this week has been not so good in terms of
that could be a thing.
my
Like the doorman staff in my apartment building, we give
audio.
tips to them, and like one giant box gets split amongst all the staff. So that's a common thing, at least in New York.
Is it still not working?
Alright, let's go bother Jinmin over here.
I don't really know what to do. Maybe because I could hear it, and that's what I thought mattered the most.
Gift cards if it's in the workplace. That's an interesting thing. I've never done a giving my colleagues a gift card.
Do you think I need to end the stream
I've never
and then
one,
like carry on in
unless
doing
it was like
so?
from the company that they gave like a lot of people gift cards. That was a thing, or like a Christmas bonus.
I'm going to look it up to see. Why is there? Should I've reset the game.
Nothing big, usually a limit on
like
what
the
gift
game
can be.
capture.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like, but
so
here's interesting. So you're
difficult.
saying it's like a fundatory event, like you have to participate?
Just, I don't really know what to do.
If everyone's on board. See, I wouldn't be into that. I'm of the opinion, if there's anything I need at this time of year, I'd rather get it for myself, rather than hope that somebody else guesses what I want.
One moment.
Because that also means I have to buy a gift for somebody else that they're like 80% likely to throw away anyway.
Let's see. Streamlabs.
I had a feeling you'd be coming here today. Okay. Why is that, Ika-san?
Let's see.
Round one. Ready, go!
Okay, I guess it doesn't want to show it. No, it doesn't want to show it at all. What's going on? Why do you do this to me? Okay, I think...
He's Wong-san's brother. I will go meet him.
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go!
Good, I didn't fucking hit you anyway.
I'm just struggling right now. I'm going to just figure it out online. And why is my game audio?
Round three. Ready, go!
Because this happened yesterday, and with yesterday it was a little bit easier to resolve because I essentially just changed. I was having trouble connecting my headphones, and it was essentially connected to my other bit, MacBook, and I didn't realize. So once I fixed that, resolved that, then everything was good. And I was playing for 30 minutes without any game audio, not understanding what was happening, and then Zen was just like, "Why are you playing without any game audio?" And I didn't realize because I usually do like a sound effect for everything, and apparently it just did not work. So I'm just like, okay, I guess like this whole entire section is just
this guy is the
sucks.
most mysterious
I'm wondering
person
if I should reset.
That's debatable. There are a lot of mysterious guys.
I am using.
I'm not saying he's not.
Labs.
I'm just saying that would be an interesting competition. We we can put
Let me
Wong-san on my
see.
Shenmue
Okay,
Fireman's
I'm gonna try
calendar.
to just change it a little bit.
This Wong-san, not
see
the
if it
original
works.
Wong-san.
And then because I have it like in a sweet setting, and I'm trying to not get so frazzled over it because, especially when it's not within my control, I get very frustrated. And I'm trying to not let it get to me.
Alrighty. Okay, let me check my cliff notes here.
I've changed it to the other one so I can still hear it.
Go to Lucky Charm Quarter next. What do I think of Shenmue 3? I think Shenmue 3
But I'm
was
assuming that no one else can hear it.
I think anyone who outwardly complains about it thinking that they're doing the world a service, they can go suck a fucking dick. But Yu Suzuki threw that character there, said I wonder how
Right?
many people.
Can someone run
Yeah,
that back to
that's
me?
the
That
type of thing you throw in.
can you hear
just for
any
the
sound?
hardcore fans who will
Anything?
actually
Any
go
audio?
explore every
I know that
single
you can
fucking
probably
room in
hear
this.
me, which is fine. I see that my
Yu
mic is
Suzuki's a good man.
doing whatever it's
I did
doing.
not mean to go to Wiseman's. That was an accident.
No, nothing. Okay.
That's okay. We gotta get to Lucky Charm anyway.
Well, let me see. Okay, great. So, I'm trying to like drink water too.
Alrighty. And of course, I trigger this scene every single time.
Okay. Thank you so much for bearing with me while this is happening. Really unfortunate. Okay. I'm going to change my audio now. Or my thing.
Yeah, Machine Gun Fist
Let me
is,
see if I
just
just
free.
need to just
And I
fuck
will buy
around
it.
with it a
And
little
I'm
bit.
also gonna win Monkey Roll Drop, irrespective of how bored everybody gets of watching me play Lucky Hit over and over again.
Is it? It seems I was having a lot of conversations with with people about it, and it seems quite normal, and you know, it just sucks.
Alright, I'm done with my snack. Let me just quickly wash my hands, guys.
How? Please tell me it's working. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Alrighty. I won't get bored. Might learn something. See, that's the Shenmue attitude right there. That's the Shenmue attitude. Faux show. Alrighty, let's go say goodbye to Jung-Hee over here. Glad they brought
Oh my
back
goodness.
Kai and Shenmue 3. Hey, no
I
spoilers,
figured out what
please.
it was.
Not everybody's seen Shenmue 3. So
I was just looking into the properties, and for some reason it was saying the name of the headset. And then in the device, for some reason, it just had like 000, like all in a row, and I was like, that doesn't look right. And I just basically switched it. Okay, you know what?
The post-Shenmue world was called.
This is a learning process, and sometimes it just happens. So, again, I am ever so grateful to be in the patience of everyone.
What's going on, bro?
So, thank you so much. In this. Okay, great. I'm so happy now that it works.
Continue playing, you need to go back.
Oh my
hey, bro.
goodness.
If you,
Alright.
I think as you know, you're playing Shenmue.
Now, but it's also just like a really good learning experience of just understanding
really
that, you know, how to like go back on it. So,
with the RNG
thank you
and
so
Lucky
much.
Hit trying to
Okay.
win that move. Or was that somebody else?
Yesterday, I'm actually going to kind of go back onto this.
Yes, that was you.
I
think
now
you
that
just
I'm
walked in,
actually
like,
starting the
literally
game.
about 5 seconds after we were
16
talking about that.
Oh, God.
When I get to that part of the game, which is
just to
imminent,
do a little recap,
I
it
will
seems
be
that every
grinding for
session that
that
I
move
do
as
in
well.
terms of streaming,
and that may
I'm
even
getting through
happen this
each
stream 'cause I'm
episode,
saying goodbye
which
to Lucky
is
Folks
a
here. So that
good
actually
and a
may
bad
happen
thing
this stream.
because didn't expect how short these episodes are, but at the same time, I'm really immersed in them, which just makes it so exciting to be able to relive this masterpiece. And of course there were some things that were a little bit out of tune, and I think I've like did a whole entire rant on it yesterday. But yeah, so all in all, I think there's a lot to unpack from this game in general, and if you were here yesterday for my stream, I already had like a lot of opinions, so it's really interesting to see how this like translates into the present day. And you know, again, you know when it's like a really good game when it invokes emotion, and it definitely invoked a lot of emotions for me, just because I've been the angsty teenager and, you know, not understanding. I'm like trying to remember what happens in this episode, but I know I've already mentioned about how I understand Chloe's position in the way where she's very angry at the world. And just to do a little recap, where Max, the one who has powers to travel back in time, finally came back into Arcadian is something else. And it's a lot of emotions that they're both trying to deal with, in the way where Max feels guilty that she wasn't there for Chloe in her time of need, but at the same time, Chloe is very angry, you know, that Max wasn't present. So there's a lot of really complex emotions going on between, not just between these characters, but also how they interact with everyone else. So it's an interesting perspective. So little rant over.
Using the D-pad influences where the ball goes, and I'm willing to show why, and I can particularly show it on the one hit. Alright, and when we get there, I'll like detail what's going on, babe? How you doing? I've never seen this line. Yeah, a lot of people haven't.
Round 3.
Go say goodbye to the
Ready?
chef at the restaurant.
Go!
Okay. Jump turn.
Is this your first time watching the game?
Knockout!
Because if it is, I don't want to spoil anything. But hi Nova, it's the first time that you've been on the chat, like that I've seen you.
There's
but
not really much
shit.
going on, so what we should do
I don't
is
think
not if, but when
I don't think it's anything
let's make sure that we clip
negative.
It and show everybody what the
I
right strategy
think
is. I'm not sure there
it's
is a single
more
strategy,
of
but I can't think
so
I can't imagine there are like a lot of different strategies, because there's really
not
only, like,
Kitty.
the one hole that
The boys
ball
are somewhere. I don't know. They're fucking around with something.
Well, that I don't seem
But
you can
I'm
still
sure
hear me
they'll
coughing quite a
probably
bit, but
they'll
it's not, like,
probably
a horrible
appear
cough,
somehow. But
unfortunately.
going back into the conversation, I get very sidetracked, and then also because this is one of my favorite games. Okay, hold up. Wait, I can't like talk about this and like have this
the weather and
okay.
one other thing.
So
Day or night also affects the physics of the ball.
okay, this is a little bit. Let me go here. This is a little bit better.
What do you want?
As I said before of my last night's stream, where essentially, just to do a little recap, that I saved Kate from
Count how many moves to get
falling into her demise, and more towards the end, and this was like something that I forgot, where I was in Principal Wells. I don't really remember a lot of the side characters' names because they're not important, right? So I completely forgot that I was at the end of that episode, I would be in the office, and there was this
I don't know
option
if I,
of who to blame. Whether
if
it
you
was
find that source
Mr.
again,
Jefferson,
let me know.
Nathan,
So I actually would be curious
and
to read
the
what they're saying
Manson.
and why they think.
And
why they think.
so, all in
that's
all,
interesting.
obviously the proper choice would have been
Round 1.
Nathan.
All right.
But at the
Ready?
same
Everybody's
time,
go!
This is one of the
from
most
that, and
peak
I also
real moments
explained
in the entire
why,
series.
and I feel really passionate about it because
Yes, you love me. I know you love this moment.
it all use it in the way where I find
Goodbye to
it
Izumi.
counterintuitive,
And
like,
somehow a lot of people miss
counterproductive.
this.
Knockout!
Somehow.
Especially a young, like,
Round 2.
erase the fact that
Ready?
a young woman, but
Go!
a young person who is being bullied, and they also
Goodbye to Izumi. I hope
they
everyone's
don't
paying
have
attention.
the proper, and that's why
Those who haven't seen
I
this
can't
before.
stand bullying now, because it is awful.
Knockout!
Other people,
He
you
wasn't
know,
watching.
point out
What
things that
happens
you
when
should
Izumi
really
Round 3.
says goodbye to
insecure
Izumi?
about,
Ready?
you know,
Go!
especially children, people in general, who are insecure about themselves, they're essentially projecting it onto you, right? So, as I said before, I wanted to blame every single person in that room because
Knockout!
I'm trying to remember. So, obviously there was that, like,
Round 4.
definitely 1000%
Ready?
drugs.
Go!
Like, without a doubt. And, like, the choice of words too is really interesting, where they've been every single
Would you like to come
has
closer to my place?
blamed Kate for
No,
her
I'm gonna go.
downfall. And it's really awful.
Oh my god, this is great.
That section obviously is managed David, the security guard.
Very
He was
upgraded
in
version
our,
of
you know,
those
obviously,
zones. 100% true.
he
For
was
those who don't know,
Kate, and trying to get to the bottom of
Nozomi
this.
actually
But when
was
it's that
one of the
aggression,
original candidate models
it
for
does not
Nozomi.
do well when it's
I
people
do
who are in
believe
distress.
They made the right
When it's
decision. I think
aggression, it
the final
backfires, and
answer
it's
they chose,
essentially someone
final
being
model
put
they
into a
chose.
corner
I think
and being
Nozomi
like,
actually did give
it's really
a
shitty,
good
you know.
like aura
And
of
with
innocence.
Jefferson, oh my god,
That
I
I think they were trying to
remember
portray
the
with her character,
conversation
and I
that
think
he
her
had
voice
with
actress
Kate,
also did
and
an
when
outstanding
Max
job of like kind of portraying that
approached him
that,
about
that
it.
innocence, like
He
nice
was
girl sort of
essentially
vibe.
being like, oh,
I don't
maybe
think this
Kate
girl,
is not as
she doesn't have that
she
nice girl
seems,
vibe
she's not
about
as
her. She's
pure
got-
as she seems, you know.
I like
or
her,
there was
right?
like a
And I don't like
quote,
Nozomi,
and
we'll put
I
it that
can't
way.
remember word for word, but she was like, oh,
Picked Samba de
she-
Amigo for you know, I've
basically,
always
oh,
wondered
maybe
what
she
that game is
complains
like,
too
Lightwing.
much
So I'll
because
be
of
sure
all
to
the
check
attention
out
that she's
for your
been
stream. And by the
getting.
way, just to
And
check with those, we've got a lot of streamers
that
on
is
here, so
number
everybody
one,
continue the streamer circle
opinion,
jerk.
like,
So everyone go
number
check out
one
games.
bullet
Games
point
do you still
of
stream? I don't know if you
victim
still stream.
blaming,
I already shouted
where,
out PS You Love Me. I'll shout him out
you
again.
know,
He does
it's this
speedruns of Shenmue.
concept
Bad
where
Taste
you're
Bear
not
has been
understanding
streaming
of
the
being like, oh
recent
yeah, she
fan
may be
game
wearing, like,
that
too
got released. So
revealing,
everybody
or
go check
maybe
out
she
Bad
had,
Taste
like,
Bear.
too much to drink. You know,
Bad
it's
Taste Bear is
this
also like me.
mindset
He doesn't have a whole
where
lot of rules on
it
his stream.
doesn't
He's not a
make
fucking
any
puck.
sense to me. Why
So
would you
everyone go
blame
check
the
out Bad Taste
victim?
Bear.
You know,
Samson,
it's
I don't
such
think he
an
streams.
easy-
Is that right?
They're already
Lightwingdragon
been
streams.
violated.
Everybody go
They're
check out
already going
Lightwingdragon.
through something so traumatic,
And Games
and
Train
as
says
a
he streams.
freeze,
So everybody go check out
they
Games
don't
Train
really
as
know
well.
what to do. And Kate essentially was
Okay,
not allowed
let's
the
see.
space where she
Okay,
can
so that was Izumi.
you know,
Samson does not
nurture
stream, but I like him
that
anyway.
trauma that she's
So
gone
everyone
through.
continue the stream
You know,
circle
she's
jerk.
essentially been
Streamers
violated.
like to
We
check
don't
out other
really
streamers
know
except for the asshole
what
streamers who I
happened.
don't follow and
All
who I
we
make
know
sure to
is that
block
she's
on my
been
stream
drugged
because I don't need them in here.
and that something horrible has happened.
The one with the maracas. Yeah. So I've actually
And
never seen that game, Lightwing. So
it's all
so
really
definitely
calm.
I would be
Like, I
super
hate to say
interested in
this, and
checking
it's
that out.
really, really
If
sucks
slash when you
that,
stream.
you know, it,
Okay, let's see.
it is really
Who else
common
is
to
next?
be
We
victim
gotta.
all of
Okay, all right. Mazzy's
And
here. Too bad Mr. Kill Everything isn't here. Someone's gotta
I
clip
think
this.
in the end, it's more of
This
just being
next.
really
Where am I going? I'm
towards
gonna
the
Lucky
victim,
Charm Quarter.
not
Would like to see you do a
the
list,
predator
tier list of all
or
characters
the
on Shenmue.
person who
Can you explain what you mean by
has
tier,
done
please?
this deed, right? Because fuck that.
Snitch-san
Like,
has to be D
If
tier.
they
Yeah,
have the
fuck yeah, man.
power
Fuck
to
Snitch-san.
overpower
Mazzy wants to stream
someone
too. Hey,
in
once you
that
get that Shenmue cave,
position,
we just kill
that's
everything.
really pathetic.
Yeah, Games
And
Train.
that's
We
something that I
recently
really
had
have no tolerance
on
over
multiple
at
occasions now.
all.
We've recently had some interesting Shenmue Babe
And
conversations. So
then
one is the Shenmue Babes calendar. Who goes on the Shenmue Babes
it's
calendar?
being
It
able
also introduces the
to,
concepts
again,
of the Shenmue Fireman calendar with all the fat guys.
Round 1.
And we can also do
Ready? Go!
a Shenmue calendar. Grandmas I'd like to fuck. So we got Hirata-san, we got Ine-san on the kill calendar.
Sometimes words don't really work for me. And she essentially, she wasn't like in my head. Now that I'm thinking about it, like my ears. She was
Knockout!
You know, and seriously though, if I was in this moment,
not saying that
a
she
decent
can
Round
artist,
two.
the wrong
I would actually
Ready?
put together a Shenmue
Go!
calendar because God knows
More so
the Shenmue fan base would be all over that shit.
on Kate.
And Sega's not going to call a cease and desist with somebody who put together like a fan art calendar for Shenmue. Like, if I was an artist, I would.
Protect Kate in the places where
Knockout!
To both my Shenmue guys, one of them has horoscope stuff. They
Round
do
3.
all have
Ready?
blood types.
Go!
Listed. When you go to the Shenmue wiki, whoever put the wiki together, I think Landy put together most, if not all of the Shenmue wiki online, and it does include all their blood types, along with their age and birthday and all that other good stuff. Found the link on Shenmue. Games, can you be a tutor and DM that to me? Thank you.
Yes. This video
Okay, for
Round
those who
four.
have never
As
shown
Ready?
the Frogmate side
Go!
quest, alright, this is one of the rare scenes. Alright, this is one of the rare scenes that a lot of people miss. If somebody will clip this for me after I trigger the scene, that would be lovely. But a lot of people miss the scene over here because A, they transfer a Shenmue 1 file, so they're not even able to trigger this Frogmate side quest at her birthday. Okay, I already showed her birthday scene on a previous stream, a couple previous streams actually, because I saved the file right here. What people don't realize is that the Frogmate side quest, it actually lets you trigger like 5 or 6 additional scenes besides just three. There's a lot of reasons why completionists like myself, or Shenmue fanatics like myself, a lot of reasons why you want to do the whole Frogmate side quest. So here we go.
Who you hang out with, they are
I'm gonna not talk during this.
who you are and who you want to be, right? So in yeah. So it's really lovely to be able to relive this. Yeah. So this game got remastered, and I was admiring it actually like yesterday about how vivid their eyes are, and it's just, I don't know, it just looks like beautiful marbles against like, I don't, it's not, they're not oil paintings. I feel like with what they look like, it's more gouache. You know, there's that opaque ness, because I feel like with oil painting, it's really thick, and they do have tendencies, like I'm looking at the photos right now, and they do have tendencies of it having texture and layers, but I feel like if anything, this looks more like gouache, which is essentially, from my knowledge, I've never worked with gouache before, but it's essentially a thicker version of watercolor.
Round one.
Okay, let me just
Ready?
take a
Go! Knockout! Round two. Ready? Go! Knockout!
I'm trying to remember what.
Round three.
It's more like.
Ready?
I know
Go!
Organ is not a real place.
So I hope everybody caught that part, because I forgot that Kanye straight up tells him she loves him, even though she's known him for a week. And even Kozomi, who knew Rio for 7-8 years, she never had the decency to tell him that she loves him. Probably for the better, because he basically was like, yeah, I'm gonna go now. Good for you, Rio. This is the amulet that you just gave him. For those who didn't catch it.
Round four.
I got a bracelet out of it.
Ready?
Well,
Go!
that's one of my other favorite parts about this, okay? Kozomi, someone he's known for 6, 7, 8 years. When he leaves, he's like, okay. Hey, thanks, bye, okay? He comes to Hong Kong, meets Fangmei for literally 3 days. Literally 3 days. And says, I'm gonna get you a $150 birthday gift. Nice for a birthday gift. Goes to make sure, goes out of his way to say goodbye to her. And gets a gift back from her for it.
Knockout!
Rio is a fucking Sigma. Alright? Let's talk about like your tiered list.
Round five.
Rio is a fucking Sigma when
Ready?
he wants.
Go!
He's a little bitch when he wants. But yeah, man, that's great. Okay, so that was Fangmei's Amulet. You don't really actually get the Hozomi's Amulet here. I don't know enough Chinese to know what that
Alright,
is.
let's go.
But if anybody here is an expert. I think the first one's luck, actually, but the other three, I don't know. All I know is he ain't a snitch. Yeah, that's true. Rio is not a snitch. Neither was Fangmei for that matter. Fangmei is the opposite, man. Like, Fangmei... Yo, Fangmei is a good girl. I like her a lot. I like Fangmei a lot.
Knockout!
Also wanted to, Man's saying, also wanted to say that as soon as my little kid is 4, I'm enrolling him in karate to see if he likes it. He loves Shenmue too, so it would be cool. That is amazing that your kid likes Shenmue, because God knows this is a great game. Fangmei is a ride or die. She is 100% a ride or die, and that's why she's 1,000 times better than fucking Hozomi, who's always telling Rio, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that." Did everyone catch that there was a 5 fighter jet instead of the plane, by the way? That only happens in the last day when you're saying goodbye to people.
I hope Victoria feels particularly shitty
Yeah,
about
moral of the
posting
story,
that link.
fuck Nozomi.
Hey,
She
Max.
sucks.
I saw you go up on the roof.
We're gonna go
I
to...
can't believe she tried to jump.
Where are those fighter jets going? That's a great question. I don't know, Samson. I don't know whether you like. As far as your kid doing karate, Mazzy, that's awesome. I mean, I personally, I think people know this. Like, I don't personally, I don't train children. I don't train anyone under 18 in my dojo.
I hate these mean girls. It's really hard to be sympathetic towards these mean girls when they have no... There's no need to be, okay, I'm going to just blame her, like...
You should believe it. She almost jumped because you and everybody here bullied her.
What? You're like blaming me?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Then just get out of here. Like, stop fucking with me. I already told you that when I was in the hospital.
Round 1. Ready, go!
That makes me feel like... Okay.
Please leave me alone.
I want to see...
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Round 4.
It seems
ready, go!
This does me.
Knockout! You can't beat me with that!
Go through. Shit.
Those boots are made for walking runways.
Shit.
These socks cost more than my wardrobe.
Go through her shit.
I'll title this one Portrait de la... Whoa, there's Kate. Totally high. She looks confused. Not like she's partying. Here they are getting loaded with Satan. That's a lot of bank just to clean paint from a sweater.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
I think it's so funny that they're messaging through email. I guess this was what made in 2013.
End of the vortex.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Not weird at all of just having posters of yourself.
The unique point of view is right. Courtney Wagner ghostwriting the paper.
Yeah, I remember it was 2013. That was
Knockout!
during the Tumblr days.
Nothing to see here. I had no idea Victoria's parents were chase police.
That wasn't your best shot.
Victoria is about as street as me, but she really appreciates style.
I guess that was it. I don't really see anything.
I'll title this one Portrait de la Assholes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I've seen everything. I looked through the trash. I looked through that. Alright, nothing interesting.
Standard.
Go through. Go on.
That's standard, but sometimes they respond and you make new friends. So who knows?
It's that. What did I write?
I hope you burn bright again soon, Kate.
Okay. Let's go!
Yeah, Games Train, we gotta cook that fucking duck after he lost that race.
Hey, Max? Come here.
Dana's really
Alrighty,
hurting
okay,
her
so I
for
think we
this.
said goodbye to
Yes,
everybody
ma'am.
at this point, except for,
Let's
yeah, Dylan, yeah, vacation
in.
friends, and people
What's
say
up?
that, and I don't quite
Hi, lady.
Round
get the
1.
concept, right? Like,
Ready, go!
if you hit it off, honestly, like, why do you just suddenly just, like, not talk to everybody?
That is a sweet.
Why do you not want to keep in touch
Good
after
for
you
Dana.
leave the vacation place? It's not the first time it's
I'm
happened
gonna
to me.
talk to Juliet
So it's
about
not like
this.
I'm like never seen it before, but I don't understand the concept. I don't know. I've been in touch with people. Every single person that I have ever met and like partied with on vacation.
Jesus.
No, yeah, more than a handful of them responding in after that. Like the people who do, like we end up
Knockout!
I don't really get it.
How are you doing?
Better than Kate.
Round 2.
I just
Ready,
even in
go!
People can be weird, especially after. Yeah, but this was before COVID. Yeah, that's just
I had to help.
what are we doing here? Okay, we're gonna say goodbye to Honey first. Well, the 18-year-old kids, that was just a few weeks ago, and I think the 18-year-old kids are young enough that they don't really know what this COVID deal is.
Knockout!
You think this has something to do with
Round 3. Ready,
I'm
go!
not sure. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure yet, but weird.
I agree. People are
Knockout!
What? Like who?
Round 4.
her earlier in
Ready, go!
You're literally leaving! I don't understand! You're literally sneaking out. How is it? That doesn't make
Alright,
any
is there
sense.
anything else? Does anybody have any requests? Anything they want me to do in Hong Kong before I go say goodbye to
Knockout!
the backyard?
Shine the light.
Round 5.
Respond to that question.
Ready, go! Come on!
Let's say. I wanted to know you being.
Come on!
swore to die on the apartment. Never actually tried to go back to the apartment after saying goodbye. If I have, I just don't remember it.
My snack of
Well, let's find out.
today's stream is
Go back in there again and say
I'm like
goodbye, but
kind of losing
back
track
in.
of the days. But I baked
Knockout!
some muffins on the I think it was the 24th for Christmas, I forget.
Yeah!
But I baked some muffins.
Man,
That wasn't your best shot.
On Twitch the last, like it's after the couple years I've been on Twitch.
I haven't had the chance
it's really
to
only been the last
eat
48
more of
hours.
it.
But I've been meeting so many assholes on Twitch the last 2 days.
Everyone knows how much I love making and
Who are you
baking,
people?
so
Like, where did you come from
it's
suddenly in the last,
essentially
like,
I
48
like
hours?
this wrapper just because.
So I'm glad I got a
looks
good
really
crowd
lovely.
on my streams.
And
I
this is
appreciate
what it
all you
looks
guys,
like.
whether you're lurking or whether you're
It's
active in
essentially
chat.
like I don't know if you
Love all
can see
you guys.
it.
I get a good crowd on my streams.
I did not bring enough for the whole class. I gave some away because I don't really eat. It's really funny because I actually don't eat a lot of my baked goods. I usually just. Oh, Chloe's being pissed now. Hold up.
Yeah. Okay. I guessed right. The door's locked. It's
Just because
conveniently
I
unlocked
eat it,
just to
and
say
then
goodbye
to make
Fogman,
sure
and as soon as
that
he leaves, she
it's
locks
good,
herself in there.
then I leave it for everyone else to eat. And
All right, so we'll head back over to
it is
nobody else had any
essentially.
requests. So we'll head
I like to
straight back
always.
over to Monmo
I'm trying
Temple.
to open
And
it
we'll
in
say
the
goodbye
most
to Shu.
proper way, so excuse.
I never get jerks, and I can't
It does look a
figure
little
out why.
bit dry.
The thing is,
Round
like,
one.
Ironically, game
Ready?
It's
Go!
essentially on the top. It's brown sugar and then inside of it, the reason why I like these muffins is because I feel like muffins tend to be quite dry.
Knockout! Sometimes
Like
people on
doing
streams too.
I found a recipe that you also make.
Round two. Ready? Go!
In the real world, you have no life in the real world.
So,
and
this muffin
like
is
the one little place where you can be boss
a
and
mixed
people
berry.
have to do what you want.
And
The reason I'm familiar with that dynamic, alright, about 20 years ago, there was like
blackberries,
an article,
raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, all sorts of blueberries, all sorts of
early
berries.
2000s.
And
Somebody said
Knockout!
about the martial
so
arts. And people
always
who are
think
kind
it's a
of
really
like
good
low on the totem
breakfast
pole in their
food,
Round
work
three.
life, and they go to the dojo
Ready?
and suddenly
Go!
out of the dojo and do the
stream
martial arts.
/ game.
I believe that.
Just
I think
because
it's definitely true.
I
In
don't
some
know, I get
dojos,
very,
and
like,
certainly in my
heated
old dojo when I was in high school, I think that was
whenever
probably
I
true with some
play.
of those guys.
But
And I think it's very true of people who do
really,
who do
really
streams
good.
and they're like asshole
really
streamers.
enjoy
They
it a
got like
lot.
all sorts of like unnecessary
Nice
rules
and
in the
light.
stream, like no self promotion, this and I don't know, man. Just go suck a dick. Not you. I'm talking about those people. I'm gonna not talk during the
There's
scene
a
because it's
present
one of the most important
Let me
scenes in
see
the
it.
game, and I also like the song a lot.
But I always really like to experiment baking. So next time, whenever I do the crumble, or whenever I make sugar cookies, I like to also put dried flowers in it, if that makes any sense. So depending on what it is, I like to put lavender, so lavender sugar cookies, or rose sugar cookies. And I just love experimenting when it comes to baking. And it seems that everyone gets very jealous when I take a lot of photos and just like, when are we going to get some? And I'm just like, Okay, let's snoop around a little bit. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. This squirrel reminds me of Archie. Wait, come back. Fuck.
If you don't move here, then Ria will automatically fight her.
The Tabanka does look pretty scary at night.
And when I do baking, I try my best to follow the seasons. So when it's autumn, I love baking apple tarts, and think I've mentioned I was never a fan of pumpkin pie because I hate the texture of it, and I've seen recipes of it, so I would really just make it from scratch. Like actually get a pumpkin, gut it out, and then make the puree. Because I also feel when it's canned pumpkin, it's kind of gross for some reason. I don't mind apple pie. Apple pie is essentially the same as an apple tart, but from my knowledge is that apple pie has the covering. You know, it's essentially a big dumpling. Whilst with apple tart, like tarts in general, they're open. And I love making my French apple tarts. I think the last time I made it was for Chinese New Year.
Principal Wells, are you serious?
Fuck!
Nobody can expel me. Not yet, anyway.
I made apple tart, my French apple tart, and for Chinese New Year, and I remember everyone just eating it, and they're just like, "Can we have more?" And I was like, "Nope, that's all I brought."
Now I have to deal with more pissed off entitled parents who want to blame me for their mistakes. Cheers.
You know what? Fuck this principal too. I'm struggling right now.
Round 1. Ready, go!
The trick. Back forward,
I'm still tired.
Knockout!
I just needed some air and space to walk.
Come up on that
Round 2.
EMU sound is very
Ready, go!
back inside.
Someday someone will play the song that allows Leo hitting a 110-pound woman. That is not a good idea.
I have to
Knockout!
run.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Take that!
I know it's just Shuying does a
You just go stand there.
I just can't help but roll my eyes.
All right.
My belief in martial arts is anywhere I hit you is any of you hit my punch. You can watch my dojo on Instagram. I hit pretty
Yes.
Actually, for those who don't know,
Well.
QTE for it.
I think this is my favorite. Actually, all the episodes are
Another
my
thing,
favorite.
Mission accomplished.
This whole entire game is my favorite.
Here's another interesting
What a treat.
thing.
What a treat to be
for
able
people on
to
Twitch,
play
alright?
my
Like
favorite
streamers on
games
Twitch. Alright. The folks
around this time.
who make their stream followers only, when they have like 8 followers or less, right? It's like, do you understand that people aren't incentivized to follow your stream if you make it followers only? Like, you just make people not want to watch your stream because most people, most people.
Oh my goodness.
Most
I didn't.
people want to have.
That was really
Damn
not
it.
done.
Okay, let me not talk longer.
I was in
Right.
deep.
Most people
I was in deep thought.
want to interact.
My head felt like
Right, either with the streamer or with each other on the chat.
Okay.
So unless you're doing like only with your friends, which okay, fine, I get that. So only doing it with your friends, right? But
Kate is alive.
if you're making it followers only with the expectation that you're gonna get more followers, so like I think a lot of people, it doesn't occur to them. They may not even know the setting exists, right? So sometimes, very rarely, I've done this twice in the 2.5 years or 3 years I've been on Twitch, right? What I try to do, what I sometimes think is, okay, they seem like they're nice and they just don't know that they have this setting on. So then I'll go to try to DM them and say, hey, just so you know, you set it to followers only. Like, I want to help you.
I don't think
but, like,
this
I can't
game is
help you
based
because
off
you have
of
it
a
set to
TV
followers
show
only. I'm not going to follow you just so I can chat in your chat.
or TV
Like, it's a hard
series.
no. Right? It's a massive hassle. And the same thing with verified users only.
I read a little.
Right?
I read
like,
a little.
You don't
I read
need
a
the
lot
verified users
about
only thing. LAC, what's going on?
this game,
Dude,
and
do not even torture yourself like that.
especially when it's
Focus on
games that
looking
I'm
for clues,
very passionate about. It's essentially the reason why this game is so amazing is because it holds a sense of nostalgia that makes it really relatable to a lot of people, even though maybe I don't know, there's something like strange about it where it's like very deja vu. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you clipped that. I was hoping I didn't have muffin in my mouth, or like any muffins in my mouth. I think this is my one of my favorite episodes. Actually, all the episodes are my favorites. This whole entire game is my favorite. What a treat. What a treat to be able to play my favorite games around this time. More than just that.
Get it? Not just booyah. Yep. Like I'm a scary punk ghost.
More like a scary
punk
asshole. Hey Chloe, I didn't exactly have the greatest day.
To the truth.
Fuck the truth. I just want to find my friend right now. It scares me to think where she could be. Do you think she's
Kicking it?
Kicking it in Los Angeles? That would be the best case scenario.
She wouldn't leave without me, okay? And how often do missing girls turn up? We have to find Rachel soon. We have to.
I promise you we will. Like you said, it's time to start the search for clues. Now tell me, what's your secret?
Drum roll, please. I present the spare keys to Blackwell. Thank you, step prick.
You are such a boss, Chloe. I just don't want you to get into any more trouble.
Look at all the trouble dropping in Arcadia Bay. At this point, who gives a fuck anymore? We're in it to win it, Max. Lead the way.
I'm so glad you're my partner in crime.
As long as you're my partner in crime.
Insert groan here.
No! Don't insert groan here. Alright, I thought my fork fell.
Thank you again so much for helping me put together a portfolio.
Hopefully the rest of the class will follow your lead. I'm sorry I was distracted. As you know, it's not been a good day for Blackwell.
I know this has been an awful day, and you can talk to me anytime, Mr. Jefferson.
Thank you, Victoria. I'm glad it had a relatively happy ending.
I don't know what I would have done if Katie jumped.
Katie? I had no idea you two were that close. Did she?
Well, how does this affect the Everyday Heroes contest?
It doesn't. The contest is still a go, and I still have to pick the winner to best represent Blackwell. I've got all the photos, except one from Max.
I'll give you a one-word sneak preview of Max's photo. Selfie. Listen, you've seen my entry. You know it's better than that. Wouldn't that be so cool to hang out together in San Francisco, Mark?
Stick to Mr. Jefferson, Victoria, please. And, I haven't picked the winner yet.
You already love my
Oh!
like
So cringe!
Just imagine if you picked my photo, though. We would have to spend a lot of time together. That could be fun, don't you think?
I'm going to think that you didn't
On release was the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, meaning we're due for either a new remake or a new Pokemon Legends game. As much as I would love a follow-up to Pokemon Legends Arceus that takes place in a different region, my gut tells me it's time for another set of Pokemon remakes. The two likeliest candidates are probably remakes of Pokemon Black and White or a Let's Go version of Pokemon Gold and Silver. Given that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee relied a lot on motion controls and detached Joy-Con, I think Pokemon won't go that direction in an effort to avoid alienating the millions of Switch Lite users out there. Instead, I reckon we'll see remakes of Black and White, potentially from Ilka, the same developer that worked on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. For the heck of it, I'll predict the titles will be Pokemon Pitch Black and Bright White.
Just cringe and gross. You're fucking 18 years
Even if
old.
new hardware is imminent, we can
And
still
I don't know
expect some
how old
smaller
Jefferson
releases to fill out the
is,
rest
but
of the
he's
2024
also
calendar.
old.
There are a
Well,
handful of
he's probably like, what, 32, 35?
Chloe the Keymaster. You know it. Dude, I don't know about this. We're both already in so much trouble.
Not to mention the weed you brought into my room. Joking.
I'm serious. We're not kids anymore. We're breaking and entering.
If I have a key, how can it be breaking? They get charges for just entering.
I'm serious. We could go to jail.
Not if I'm related to the head of Blackwell Security. Stepshit will not want me in the hands of the local police. So
He's
better find out what's in the
38
principal's
years
office first.
old.
You can rewind if we get caught, right? You have mad powers, Max.
But my powers didn't save Kate. Maybe I did on my own.
Come on. One more door and our work here is done.
Wait. Okay. Hold up. Okay. You know. Wait. Oh no. Okay. He's 38 years old.
Round 1. Ready, go!
That is hella. Why is she talking as she?
Hot dog!
Knockout!
No!
Round 2.
I needed to take a
Ready,
picture of the
go!
Yes!
No! Hold up.
Yes!
We're going all the way back.
Knockout!
Go back.
Round 3.
Go all the way back.
Ready,
We need
go!
Hot dog!
What is it doing?
Knockout!
I don't know. What
Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout!
Well.
Round 5. Ready, go!
This is so great. Started all over again.
Yes! Wow!
Knockout!
There wasn't a lot of there wasn't a lot
Mission
of
accomplished.
things that I missed. Alright, come on.
I knew Chloe would be all over this. So I better get moving.
Let's go. Alright. Time to snoop around a little bit. Quickly. I'm really curious. Reload last. Oh, okay. Hey.
Glad the media doesn't waste his time. Either I delete my
Okay,
page or I
great.
block. Everybody will be talking about Kate now.
It's okay. It's okay.
Blackwell might as well shut down for the. It's amazing how happy Kate looks here compared to me. She was basically pushed up to that roof. You know you're hurting when you don't give a shit about music.
I need to feed.
First I saved Chloe, then Kate, and now you, Lisa. Not a bad record for a week.
Eat the rabbit.
Are you a hungry bunny? Here, nosh on this.
Oh no, I also went into Victoria's room. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Look at everything. I look at the plants. Look at this dark corner right here.